Thank you for staying with us. Remember, we're broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma. And coming up, more information. Now, if your small business is still saddled by the cost of international calling, there is a new player in the voice over IP wars, Call Plus, a telecommunications app created by Weibo USA Incorporated, has recently announced free unlimited landline calling to 16 countries, including the US. So that goes for any small business paying too much both international and domestic long-distance calling too. Call Plus has offered free uncapped landline calls to phones in the US, Mexico, China, and parts of Brazil since its inception on October 18th. The service does require either a smartphone data plan or an open Wi-Fi connection, but the company says it adds no additional charges. Users who download either the Android or iOS version of the app can already get free access to 24 hours of free international calling to 85 countries if they complete an in-app offer. However, recently, Call Plus extended its free uncapped international calling service to include 12 additional countries. Users get unlimited calls to landline phones without being required to complete any offers. This is in the US, Canada, UK, Ireland, Mexico, China, Brazil, France, Italy, Portugal, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, Israel, and Thailand. In the press release, Alexander Gonzalez, CEO of BlueVox, the Nevada-based telecom which powers the Call Plus app, explained, "For what we believe to be the first time in telecom's history, Call Plus users can call every single of the above countries absolutely free of charge. As the app handles calls over a smartphone's data Wi-Fi connection, there are no extra charges, and it's just like making a Skype voice call, except to an actual landline." Call Plus is the latest in a growing list of voice over IP service providers like Skype. With many of these options, it's possible now to make calls to landline phones. However, it usually requires paying a premium fee. Of course, on those other options like Skype and Viber, users can make video calls and not just landline calls. And boy, do we have an interesting story for you. As we all know, internet has shifted not only the way we live and communicate, but also eased our everyday lives. Sometimes we take that for granted and forget little things. For instance, going back to the basics, .com. The last name of every single internet address, which in fact recently turned 30 years old. That's right, it's been 3 entire decades since the first .com was registered, now the gold standard of domain names. And back then, there was no Google, no Facebook, or no Twitter. During these past 30 years, it's estimated that about 280 million websites have been registered. However, not all of them on the .com domain. However, those that are .com are roughly about 115 million, and by far, the group most driving this interest in domains is no longer academics. It's in fact small businesses. Of the roughly 23 million small businesses in the United States, only about half of them have a web presence today. GoDaddy, which says is the world's largest domain registrar, sees these small businesses and about 200 million more around the world as its primary customer base. The company offers not only domain names but also hosting services, website builder tools, email services, and even WordPress management services, being WordPress the most popular content management system on the company's servers according to experts. However, the trouble is that as more and more .coms are registered, most of the good names have been taken. And that is certainly true of the names that would most help you define your market. One solution small businesses have turned to, as the .com names run out, is to use other domains like .net, .biz, or .org. Another option is the usage of nation domains like .us. But with the celebration of the 30th .com birthday, a new option is also opening up for small businesses, and it may change the level of personalization these business owners are able to build into their brands in the near future. Only last year, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, the nonprofit tasked with managing unique addresses on the Internet, started rolling out an additional 700 generic top-level domains. The first of these was introduced in February last year, and already an estimated 4 million have been registered. The new names offer more potential personalization than the old ones. There are interest-based domain names such as .photography, .bike, .clothing, .science, .property, and .attorney. There are also geographic names, even down to the city where you are based in. Names such as .Berlin, .Hamburg, and .Tokyo are today available. These names, too, show the increased global character of the Internet. Finally, there are a group of generic names like .email, .guru, .expert, .club, and .company. And as of today, only about half of the planned new domains have been rolled out, with more to come. There are even a few coming, which might become as popular as .com in the near future. Now, how would you like a new .web or .blog domain? For now, .com remains by far the most popular, but who knows, in the future of the .com may not include a .com at all. Blackberry-owned company SecuSmart has unveiled a new tablet in collaboration with Samsung and IBM. This is the Secu tablet, and it's based on the Samsung Galaxy 10.5 and runs solely on Samsung hardware, according to the firm. The additional security it offers is aimed strictly at businesses and governments. However, less vigorously protected social media and video platforms can also be used on the device. The tablet is likely to be priced at $2,380. The Secu tablet is compatible with Blackberry 10 and is currently undergoing security certification at the German Federal Office for Information Security. It incorporates IBM's app wrapping technology, which adds extra layers of security to sensitive data. Security is ingrained in every part of BlackBerry's portfolio, which includes voice and data encryption solutions. Subject to certification of the Secu tablet, German government agencies will have a new way to access BlackBerry's most secure and complete communication networks in the world, according to Dr. Hans-Christoph Quell, CEO of SecuSmart GmbH, a BlackBerry company. BlackBerry has struggled in the tablet market, and its Playbook device did not hit sales targets when it was launched in 2010. It acquired German voice and data encryption firm SecuSmart in December 2014, and the Secu tablet was unveiled at a tech fair CeBIT in Hanover last weekend. Historically, BlackBerry has been strong in Germany because of its high-end security offerings. The Secu tablet is designed to play into BlackBerry's core focus of high-grade security. It is also aimed at businesses and sectors where security is paramount. Let's not fool ourselves. This is a very limited solution for a very specific area of the marketplace, said analyst Nick McQuire, VP of Enterprise and Analyst CCS Insights. There has also been speculation that the device will be Android-powered because of the Samsung hardware. The purpose is to create a device that is as secure as possible, but also user-friendly. The Secu tablet might face competition from the likes of privacy platforms like Silent Circle, which unveiled the next generation of its security-focused smartphone Blackphone 2 at the Mobile World Congress in the month of March, according to Mr. McQuire. Now, when does hate speech or nudity become unacceptable? With updates made onto Facebook's community standards page, users may now be more certain about whether or not the content they're posting is appropriate. This is in response to user confusion. Facebook has updated its community standards page to provide clearer guidelines for determining whether or not posted content is appropriate. The changes attempt to clarify what Facebook considers hate speech, bullying, promotion of suicide, criminal activity, sexual violence and exploitation, nudity, and graphic content. Facebook users have always been able to report content that they find offensive, harmful, or illegal. However, the previous page community standards page gave very little detail in what exactly qualified as offensive material. Today, the page has been revamped completely to include 4 categories of standard. Number 1, keeping you safe. Number 2, encouraging a respectful behavior. Number 3, keeping your account and personal information secure. And number 4, protecting your intellectual property. Facebook's clarifications come at a time where what you share and who you share it to can cross personal and sometimes legal boundaries. Websites are finding it very challenging to regulate usage on their websites in a way that does not infringe on users' freedom of speech, while also ensuring other users are not negatively impacted by the freedom of others. According to the company, the updates to the community standards page are more cosmetic than transformative. They also refer on how users are expected to behave and are separate from Facebook's legal terms. "We are not changing anything about the policies," said Monica Blickert, Facebook's head of global policy management, to the Washington Post. "We are just trying to explain what we do more clearly." Some of the standards are in place to protect user security and identity, such as their account information and intellectual property. Others, however, provide guidelines that solidify Facebook's approach to potentially offensive material. In the category of keeping you safe, Facebook explains its approach to various safety matters such as direct threats, bullying, harassment, criminal activity, attacks on public figures, and sexual exploitation. It also clearly explains its tolerance for dangerous organizations, stating that they will remove content that expresses support to groups that are involved in the violent or criminal behavior realm of terrorist activity and/or organized criminal activity. The category is also used to address self-injury, part of Facebook's new attempt to provide suicide prevention services. Facebook also ventures into the realm of regulating respectful behavior and laying down guidelines for nudity and graphic content. The website explains that efforts to limit nudity are out of consideration for others. While they understand that it is not always explicitly inappropriate, policies are necessary in order to efficiently respond to reports of offensive material. People sometimes share content that contains nudity for reasons like awareness campaigns or artistic projects, Facebook stated on its community standards page recently. "We restrict the display of nudity because in some audiences within our global community may be sensitive to this kind of content, particularly because of their cultural background or age." Google also tried to address the use of nudity and porn material on this blogging platform, but had to rescind a partial ban after users complained about the infringement, which would have gone into effect after March 23rd. Users would have had the option to make their blogs containing graphic nudity private or risk Google taking them down. Google intended to allow some nudity, however, as long as it offered a substantial public benefit, either artistically, scientifically, or educationally, but pushback from users forced the website to revert to its old policies. The Family Online Safety Institute, better known as FOSI, one of the 5 organizations that make up Facebook's Safety Advisory Board, welcomed the latest changes with arms wide open. Keep logged on onto our website for more information at www.mexiconewsnetwork.com, and don't forget to follow us on social networks to keep you updated always. We'll see you in a couple of minutes after the break.